Did you talk about your piano?
Hi! What? Oh, so I, like, almost forgot that it was Monday. Also, I'm totally losing track of what week it is, so one of these weeks is going to be wrong, the number on it. So, that's fun. I just got back from ballet, and I have to shower, and I have some reading to do before, well, I'll probably do it in the morning. But, because Lauren and I are getting tired.
It's 9:47.
It's 9:47. That makes it bedtime at college.
It's way past my bedtime.
Yeah, it's past Lauren's bedtime. It's approaching mine. We're sad. We know. For those of you who haven't heard, it's been a very exciting week. I got my RA acceptance letter. So next year I will be living in Martin Luther Hall, which is 4 floors and an elevator, so it's a lot like this building, except it's sophomores. So it's a lot like this building, because it'll probably have a lot of the people that are living in this building this year.
The History Channel has a documentary about Martin Luther that's narrated by Liam Neeson.
There you go. So, yeah. So I will be in Martin Luther Hall next year. It's on the other side of campus, kind of like behind the chapel-ish in that general area.
It's by the gym.
Yeah, it's by the gym because, you know, I frequent the gym.
I like it.
I know, but I don't. So that's exciting. I also met with my first tutee for the first time.
He has Justin Bieber hair.
Last night. He has Justin... Yeah, kind of. He has a little bit of Justin Bieber hair.
Old school Justin Bieber.
He's super sweet. He is in Calc 1. And he had a quiz this morning, so we're hoping that went well. Yay!
Probably didn't, because Annie sucks at math.
Little children watch this video. Watch your language.
I didn't use any bad language.
Yes, you did.
What was my bad language?
I stink at math, honey.
Oh, like you smell bad at math?
Yes, exactly. So, yeah, I got my RA acceptance, and I got my first tutee.
And you smell bad at math.
And I got an 89 on my first linear algebra test and 100 on my first computer science test. And I have an ed test on Thursday. And I got 14 out of 14 on that non-chord tones quiz. And I
The F?
got, like, no, that F was...
Which part?
The thing that I thought... music jokes. I turned in a quiz, and I did not think I did very well on it, so I turned to my friend Steven and was like, well, that was an F. And he was like, which one? I was like, no, Steven, like, I think I got an F on that. He was like, which one? Like, music theory jokes, because it was, like, a melodic dictation, so he thought I meant, like, an F, like, F, G, A, B flat, you know. I don't know what that was. Anyway, today we had an interesting conversation on how the 3 chord is the least common used chord in music theory, and it's basically like the equivalent of Pluto. It's really not even a chord, but it still technically is.
2, 4, 6.
Yes.
I'm a good.
So, yeah. So that was exciting. Let's see. I think that is everything I wanted to cover. I had ballet tonight. That was fun.
Wait.
What?
We did something.
We did something?
No. But we had some...
Lauren says I should teach you about meritocracy because I learned about it in sociology last semester and it's on our Education 101 test. So, meritocracy. Here goes. It doesn't exist. Meritocracy, fun fact, is the philosophy that you can get anywhere you want in life if you just try really, really hard. And our government and our school system and everything in our country is supposedly built around this concept of meritocracy, the whole, like, work hard, go far principle. However...
Work hard, play hard. Annie sings that all the time.
We work
I don't
hard,
know that song.
play hard, keep partying, that gets your job. But we talked in sociology, so we're learning about meritocracy in our education class and how that was, like, a big factor in the...
You can tell them about your booze.
The progressive era reform period. I told them about my bows last week.
Annie makes 2 bows a night now.
I make lots of bows. They're pretty.
Lee comes back on tomorrow.
This video, we can't stay on a single topic for 5 seconds. So meritocracy is a myth. because it just, if
Not
you
in
ask
Glee.
Dr. Esikov, my sociology professor, with the poster that's still hanging up there, I don't know why, because I'm not taking sociology this semester. I just like it, it's pretty. Meritocracy is a gigantic myth, because if it were true, you would get into college, you know, the thought is that you get into college is based on your grades and your SAT scores, and that's meritocratic because everybody has the chance to get an A, everybody has the chance to get a 2400 on their SATs, so, the chance. So, if we judge you based on those factors, then it's totally fair and based on how well you do in school. Hold the thought for 1 minute, honey.
Holding.
So, the reality is that it's a myth. Because it's based on too many, like, predetermined, like, socioeconomic factors. Because, I mean, if you're in a really expensive, fancy neighborhood and you go to a really fancy school or you go to private school and your parents can hire you, like, 300 million SAT tutors, you're going to do much better on the SAT than someone whose parents are, like, can't afford food and, like, you're going to, like, a really crappy, like, inner city school
Annie,
and, like,
there are children watching this. Poop.
a really bad inner city school and, like, you can't, like, you just don't have those opportunities there for you. You don't have the same AP classes that this other student is going to have. So, it's one gigantic myth. And, oh, also, my ed teacher, I called his house Lincoln Logs, and he kept me after class to explain to me what his house was made of. Because it's made, what is his house made of?
It looks like a church.
Yeah, it's kind of like the big beams
It
in a
has
church.
high arches.
Yeah, but he was trying to explain to me how it's like pieces of wood that are like have like notches and they fit together, and I was like Lincoln Logs, and he was like, you're not allowed to talk for the rest of the class and you're not allowed to leave when it's over, and I was really scared, and then he pulled out his iPhone and started showing me pictures of his living room.
I was allowed to talk in class. Haha, Annie, which building? That's our sides.
This is only fair since I made the stupid things my roommates say video. I mixed up the Pentagon and the Washington Monument yesterday.
It was the best day of my life.
I don't think she's gonna tell anyone, because I think she's too embarrassed to admit that she lives with someone who can't keep them straight. I know the difference. What was up here and what was here were, like, not the same thing, and that happens a lot, so, like, don't...
My favorite...
None of you were surprised, I know.
My favorite is that the definition of the quote, Pentagon was the big, tall, pointy one. It's the big, tall, pointy one. Alright, we have to thank Mommy for Disney phone calls.
Oh, yeah, and Cinderella called Lauren, and it was, like, the best day of her life.
It was a very
Thanks,
motivational
Mommy.
speech.
Apparently it was highly motivational. Anyway, this video is like 8 minutes long. None of you are going to watch this. If you're still watching, I love you to death. Please let me know if you would like to learn smarty pants things like meritocracy, or if you would just like to hear funny things like Annie doesn't know what the Washington Monument is, and I made lots of bows.
Or if you would like to continue watching Worst Cooks in America behind Annie's head.
Yes, or if you have a venue preference, let me know. Next week is... we should do it outside when the weather gets nice. Next week is spring break, but maybe, possibly, there's a small chance that I might or might not upload something from Hawaii, maybe. Not sure. I'm not making any commitments to that. That's way too big of a life decision. I can't do that right now.
Go wash your hair. That's a bigger life decision.
Yeah, I need to go shower. That's the immediate life decision. You may see me Monday. You may also see me Friday or Saturday. Saturday, I'm going to the Harmonium concert! I'm so excited! Okay, so for the, like, one of you that's in Harmonium that probably stopped watching by now, I will see you on Saturday. Okay, that's all. This video is getting really, really long. I'm sure no one's watching anymore except Mom and Graham. Okay, oh, and Aunt Mindy. Aunt Mindy always watches. Okay, bye!